classes. Now when people are talking about their mothers, oh, my mom did this for me, oh, my mom did this. Now that's when I started feeling, ouch, oh, kumbe. There were roles that a mother should play in our lives. But I really tried to ignore it so that it doesn't affect me. And then after some time, my classmates started understanding that I didn't have a mother. So they were kind enough. When I joined high school, I also said I'll keep it a secret. I won't tell anybody.
Why were you keeping it a secret?
Because you see, when you tell people that you have lost someone, there's a way they look at you. They feel like you are incapacitated in a way. So they won't treat you. They won't treat you the way they're supposed to treat you or treat a normal person. There's a way they sympathize with you all the time.
Welcome to Teen Heart to Heart platform, and today I have a special guest, friend of mine, and she will introduce herself later. But before she does that, today's topic is on grief, loss. In one way or another, we have lost our loved ones, and in one way or another, no one has ever taught us. I think there is no correct way to say this is how people are called to grieve, because people grieve differently. So people you can't say that the correct way how people should grieve, this is the correct way people should follow on the path of grief. But I pray that whatever she shares will be able to touch a person in one way or another. Like, may you be able to pick, if you're going through grief, if you're going through loss, may you be able to pick one or two things that you can use, that or you can do in order to heal. You can say, introduce yourself, and then you tell us who did you lose, and at what age did the loss happen to you?
Okay, thank you so much, Fiona. I'm really honored to be on your show today. It's a really great platform. My name is Linda Kiplagat, and I am born again, and I'm so privileged to have you as a friend. The person that I lost is my mom. I lost my mom when I was one day before my 5th birthday is when I lost my mom. That was in 1999. I lost my mom, July 31st. And I think I remember the incidences that happened before her loss. So she was going to the hospital for a checkup. She was sickly, and she was a high school teacher. And so I remember I told her, we were living in the school quarters. So I told her, Mom, bye, ukirudi, unilete peremende.
What?
So she was like, sawa, nitakuletea, and I saw her leave. So she never came back. After some time, I hear people coming to our house. I'm wondering what's happening. Then also my dad came. We weren't living with our dad at the time. My dad was working in Nairobi as we were living in Nairobi. Yes. So now we were told that, this has happened to your mother. The good thing that I love is that nobody lied to me. They told us that you will not see your mom again. And when we probed further, they told us that mom has died, mom has rested. And for me, that settled it. I didn't even have so much to think about. I just knew I'll never see my mom again. Then after that, the funeral preparations, then we went for the funeral. I remember I was just playing
because you're young and you don't understand much the impact and whatnot.
Yes. So her coffin was nicely put over there. Then her mom, our side, my dad's side, everybody came for the funeral. And so I remember now the videos that we watched, because we took video of the entire burial ceremony. So when I was watching is when I was looking at myself, I was jumping, I was going, and even sitting at the coffee. Just having fun. And my grandmother was trying to comfort me, and my brother like, it's okay. I'm like, what is okay? It is fine. And then when we were going to view the body, we saw the body. I was just like, oh, mom is sleeping. She looks nice. Imagine, I was like, hey, mom is sleeping. She looks very nice. Then now, that was it. We buried her. Years later is when now I started realizing, baby, I don't have a mother. Yes.
You started realizing when you were like how old? Now in the primary, The primary season it didn't affect you much.
It didn't affect me much in
Mm.
primary because I never told people that I didn't have a mother.
And it was okay for you.
And it was
just
okay at the moment, yes. So my dad was very supportive. And so in primary class one, my teachers knew about the incident. So they used to be very kind to us, the lady teachers, the females. They were so nice. In case I needed anything, I would ask them for questions and they'll answer me. Any help, they'll just come through. And even when my dad was not able to come for the parents' days and academic days, they used to understand. And now when I got to upper classes, now when people are talking about their mothers, oh my mom did this for me, oh my mom did this. Now that's when I started feeling ouch. Oh kumbe. There were roles that a mother should play in our lives. And but I really tried to ignore it so that it doesn't affect me. And then after some time my classmates started understanding that I didn't have a mother. So they were kind enough. When I joined high school, I also said I'll keep it a secret. I won't tell anybody.
Why were you keeping it a secret?
Because you see, when you tell people that you have lost someone, there's a way they look at you. They feel like you are incapacitated in a way. So they won't treat you. Yeah. They won't treat you the way they're supposed to treat you or treat a normal person. There's a way they sympathize with you all the time.
Yeah.
There's just a way. So for that reason, I said I keep it a secret. So after some time, I decided, yeah, that's how I lived my life. When everybody was asking me, Linda, where is your mom? You know, I was like, my mom is Indonesia. Where does she work? She works in Jakarta. Hey, I had researched those things for the sake of
For the sake of protecting yourself.
Yes, so that you just treat me normally. And then my best friend, we finished high school with her never knowing that I never had a mom. My best friend. Yes. But these cheeky ladies in school who do research about your life. So these ladies, they went to the school documents. I don't know how they found my documents, and they realized I don't have a mom. I was in Form 1, I think, that time. So these cheeky ladies, they came and asked me, Linda, Ebu come during prep time. Now I used to sit in front, so they called me behind. Ebu come. Do you really have a mother?
What?
Yeah, like you go tell us your story. You know, like she's not there, but it's fine. I don't wanna talk about it. So they tried pushing me. I said no, I'm not gonna talk about this. So they knew when I was telling other people about my mom being in Indonesia. They knew this chick is just lying. Yeah. But now, after some time, you see, now I'm developing, I'm becoming a big girl, a teenage girl, and there are things that I really want to ask my mom.
Yeah.
Because you see, when I have these emotions, these feelings, I'm starting to want to have boyfriends. I want to ask my mother.
And you can't go to your dad.
I can't go to my dad. So I had aunties, but when you have aunties, there's a way that you still feel that you don't belong there. See, my auntie had their children. And when they have their children are their first priority.
Of course.
For you, you'll always be number 2.
Of course.
Always. When you do a mistake and you are with their children, hey, you are the one who taught these children bad manners. Oh my God. So it was really, I felt a gap. And I really wanted to be brave, but I think now that is when depression started kicking in, because I started finding myself not feeling a sense of belonging anymore. I never felt a sense of belonging. So this saying is true in Kiswahili. Asifunzwa na mamake, hufunzwa na ulimwengu. I started experimenting things to find out how they work out, because I don't have anybody to teach me. The ladies that I'm living with, who are taking care of me now, they have manners that are very crazy. I cannot talk to them. They will completely mislead me. But I could not ask my aunties about things. And then, so I started figuring things on my own.
What?
Yes, and I used to lean on my friends who had their mothers there. So, mama yako anasemaje kuhusu kitu? Does your
What?
mom know that you're dating? Does your mom know this and this and this? No, yeah, ni chini ya maji. So I thought it's just fine. But now where it started hurting the most is when issues started developing. When I want this or when I do a mistake now, that's when they gossip about me, aunties, and msichana, kwani, I'm like, where were you to teach me this thing?
Exactly.
Instead of teaching me, you were busy protecting your children. You thought I was the bad
Spoiling.
person. I was spoiling them. I don't even know what I'm doing myself. And we are all kids from the same age.
Yeah.
So, and it really developed for a long time. And I now started feeling I'm alone. And when you feel you're alone, you start now developing some toughness in you. I had not known Christ as my Lord and Savior at that particular time. So I didn't have somewhere to lean on or someone to lean on. So it was very, very difficult. I remember when I was in Form 3, I had gotten late at home. I arrived home very late. And I was living with my grandmother at the moment, my dad's mother. So I don't know what I was doing in town. I was not in town, masquerading until it was night, it was late, and then it started raining. So it really, really rained, and I had to find my way to get home. And then when I was in Ocha, it is not like Nairobi, the roads are okay. So I boarded a matatu, I reached another center. So from that center, there was a motorbike. I asked this motorbike person, I asked him, hey, nazanifikisha nyumbani hivi naishi this place. Hey, sahi, mimi matope yote. Tutafika saa ngapi? I'm like, I really need you to get me home because, hey, my grandmother is going to fry me because I have really done wrong. I've done a big mistake. I'm like, okay, we'll figure out. Okay, so we went through the rains and through the muddy roads, slippery roads, and it is a motorbike. Unaenda mpaka mnageuka hivi. So we went, it reached a point we started pushing the motorbike. It was around, I think now 7, 8. Yeah. We started pushing the motorbike. I'm having all my books in my bag. I am tired. My books have been rained on. I have been rained on. We are being rained on. He's like, can we take shelter? I'm like, no, we cannot take shelter. Just take me home. And I was like, okay, sawa. So we pushed the motorbike. Tunafika mali. We board it. We go. Tunashuka. It was until I reached home. Hey, now reaching home, my grandmother was fired up. Hey, she's like, where are you coming from at this time of the night? I'm like, yeah, sorry. In fact, what I wanted is, after her scolding me, like, okay, now you can have something to eat or go and change. She didn't even care. Hey, and I'm a whole teenager. Mimi, I got mad. I was like, oh, show you. Ananichukia. Yani nilimkosea wapi?
You're not saying your own mistake.
No, I'm not saying. Of course I had seen, but I was like, see, we just allow me to eat. It's okay. When I mistake, I'll never repeat it. I've learned my lesson, but please just be kind enough, Hey, she was mad. She didn't care. Hey, you have bad manners. I don't even know what. I'm like, I have learned and I have listened to you. Please just be kind. It's fine. I was like, no. My grandfather came from my grandfather was like, so you allow her to go change first. Can't you see she's dripping? So I went, I changed my clothes, I came back. But the following day, I remember I cried the whole night. I was like, God, please let me see my mom. I want to talk to my mom. I was so ignorant. The following day, I woke up, I went to my mom's grave. And then I cried there and I was like, Mom, if you were here, my life would be different. Living with my grandmother is not easy. I don't know what it is with grandmothers. So I cried over there. I was like, Mom, so you come back now or you take me with you? Yes. I was feeling so bad because this now was a combination of other emotions that I had had
Yeah.
prior to this experience, the night experience. So I was just crying, I was crying over there. Then my grandfather came and found me like, unafanya nini hapa? Toka hapa. It's not right for you to be here. You're not doing the right thing. I was like, okay, sawa. Toka hapo. No. Sikupei time ukae hapo. Toka hapo. What are you doing? So I got up. Then he was like, what happened to you? Why did you go to your mom's grave? Like, ni nini unafikiria sana? And I told him, me, the way you guys are treating me, the way I feel that I'm being treated is not right. And if I had my mom here, it would be very different. Of course, there's this compassion of mama. Mama atakuchapa lakini anakupenda. Some mothers,
Yeah.
So he's like, we are very sorry. If it is me who has really hurt you. And my grandfather is like, I am very sorry. I told him, it is not you, it is your wife. It is my grandmother, and I feel so bad. I was like, just forgive her. Just forgive her. Which I did, and I later progressed. I started understanding who Christ was. I finished high school. I was really depressed in high school because, when you're a teenager, when you're developing, when you're in this stage, hey, there's so much you want to know, there's so much you want to figure out. And you want to feel special. Nobody was making me feel special. I've been told you should not have a boyfriend, you should not have this. I'm like, sister, what am I supposed to do? So that sense of unwantedness, I had this feeling, nobody wants me. I finished high school. I didn't even pass the way I expected to really pass.
Because you were having emotions going on through your system.
I felt like life is not work.
Were you rebellious?
No, not yet.
Not yet? Not yet.
Not yet. So in high school, I just finished. I realized I did not pass the way I really wanted to pass. Now when I finished high school, that 1 year where we are waiting to get our marks, then we go to the university. That is when now the rebellion began. Because now I am with my father every day. My father is annoying me. Every other human being is annoying me. If I want to go to do my hair, my dad is feeling the burden. Why do you have to do your hair? Can't you shave? That was another mistake. I started when I'm on my menses, I want to buy pads. Remember, I don't have a job. I don't have a female figure to look up to. So who am I supposed to tell? My own father. So every time I have menses, my dad will know. So I go, Dad, I need to buy pads. How much? Funny, how much do you use? Then my dad will call my aunt, another aunt of mine over there. So yeah, why are these things very expensive? My aunt will be like, I don't even know why or how she uses. Anaanza kunichomea. So me I told.
When wanted you to use one.
I don't even know. I told my dad, Daddy, you see, as females, we are different. The way our bodies operate is different. So you can't question me on how I use these things. Hey, my dad used to make, when I'm going to shop for my pants, it used to be very, very difficult.
It's a torture even to go and
if someone
does that to you, it's difficult for you next time for you to go back and ask them. Because I feel like again, the same story. Funny how are you using it? Funny how much you say it.
Yeah, and then my aunties were never supportive. Now the sisters, the cousins, they were never supportive.
How did you help?
With the pants situation. I think it reached up, and then you see my dad, when he sends you to buy something, you have to return his change. That's like you don't save. But it reached a point where when I just found money, I used to save that money, then I used to buy. So now for me, my priority was not to drink soda or these other things. My priority was to buy my sanitary towels. Now my dad didn't care about my hair. Sasa nimemaliza shule, bado nakaa sijui aje msichana wa shule. I need to have this look that now I'm going to the job market. Wapi? My dad is now trying to change my life, and I was like, if I had a mother, it would be different. My mom would know this is a girl, she needs to make her hair. Whether I'm shaving, you see, I really like your hair. You are taking care of it. So it's still, you still use some money.
Yeah,
Even
of
if
course,
you're
died
shaving.
when you
Yeah.
true.
So even if my dad wanted me to shave, I still need some money to groom the hair. So if my mom was here, she'd be like, how much do you need for your hair? How much is, I would even she'd take me to the
The salon,
salon,
exactly.
the way I see other mothers taking their children.
Yeah.
Yeah. My prayer, when you go through loss, somebody needs to know that, first of all, the way we grieve, all of us, is different. Number two, we need to really put our pain on Christ, because another human being may not really understand.
Sure.
And when we put the pain, when we give our pain to Jesus, we allow Jesus to heal us and to help us understand what we need to do in that season. Let us not keep asking God why. Every time I read my Bible, I realize God is much bigger than what we know, than what we imagine. And this particular person that we have lost, they also had a purpose. And they may have concluded with that purpose. And God has called them home. So sometimes you just need to understand basic truths so that we don't even beat ourselves. It was our fault. It's never our fault. Only God knows, and God is powerful enough to allow certain things to happen. We are never in control. And another thing I've learned is, even when during the loss of my mom, when I was like, God, why did you take my mom? If my mom was here, I really missed a lot. Even that part of my life, I missed a lot. I missed the big picture. If I understood, okay, God, this is what has happened, but I still know that you are a good God, and I still know that you have a plan for me. Maybe my mom's purpose had come to an end. She had completed it. Her race was over. That was her time. My time is also going to come, and I will exit. Someone else's time will come, and they will exit. So once we look at life in a way that everyone has a purpose, everyone is on their own grace, and I really love this verse, and I hope it should be an encouragement to someone. The book of Psalms, chapter 139, the entire verse, chapter from verse 1 to verse 24, it talks about the way God has a plan for us. The way God knew us even before we were formed in our mother's wombs. The way He knit us together. He took His time and joined us together. The way the Bible says in the same book that our days were numbered even before one came to be. So every time we go through loss, we need to understand there's a bigger God who had a plan before this person came to this world. I also want to empathize with those people who've lost little children. There's no explanation to it. There's no explanation to any loss. But what I can encourage all of us who are going through this, there's a God in heaven. Release your pain to Christ and never focus on the loss. Focus on God, who is the giver of life. Because sometimes when we focus on this loss, we stop living. We die, even ourselves. We die. And by the time we are getting out of the slumber, we have lost so many years living. I also love listening to John Carson, who lost his first wife, in a road accident. He lost his daughter in the same another road accident, but similar to the one that killed the mother. But John Carson allowed God to take control, and God blessed him. God has blessed him with another wife and other children. So when we allow God to work in us, greater things, we will be able to accomplish greater things. So loss, let us understand we have a Father who's gone through it. He empathizes with us, and let us live past it. That's what I can say.
So as we wind up, there's someone that I had, and the guy was saying, extend grace to people.
Yes.
Extend grace to people. Love people beyond just words. Extend, like when someone is going through the period of loss, extend that grace and see beyond their mistake. Because at times today we are talking about people trying to find things to cover that pain. You're trying to do things so that you don't feel that pain you're feeling inside. So let's normalize extending grace to someone. When you see someone doing some things and you're like, no, this one is not right,
Mm-hmm.
ask yourself why and
Yeah.
extend that period of grace.
Yeah.
Let us not be quick to judge,
Yes.
pointing fingers, oh, by the way, to sign that,
Mhm.
name tagging, name tagging.
Mhm.
So yeah, so
Because you don't know what they're going through.
you have no idea what's
What
in
they're
their mind.
Yes, what they're trying to fight.
Yeah, for me, if I go through if I go through pain, if it's something that is hurting me inside, what I normally do, I start to feel out. Like we're just in the same room, but the entire day I won't talk to you. It's not that I don't want to talk to you because I'm moody, but because I'm trying to maneuver and figure out things about me. Sometimes find you can do that when someone calls you, you're a snob, or someone calls you, you have an attitude.
Mhm.
Before we name tag people, you have an attitude. Before we name tag people that you're moody, let's extend grace and understand why are you doing this and this and this and this. Because for you, you didn't feel like when you're feeling the point when you're feeling unwanted, all you wanted to do was shut people out. I don't want to go home. I don't want this. I don't want this. If someone could be able to read that and say, this girl is hurting. Let me extend this and just love on her.
Yes.
Not to give you rules. Ashirika, you're supposed to do this and this. Just love on you. You put your home umechela. Uchaona. I say love. That's what I was looking for. Love covers a multitude. When you love someone unconditionally, after in that place where you're messing up, you just by the way, so and so ananipenda.
Yeah.
Let me stop. You get. It's the way love cures. They say love is the medicine for all hearts. Medicine for the rich, medicine for the poor. It cures your soul. So let's extend grace, let's extend love. And if you're from Heart to Heart, subscribe, share, and comment down below. Cheers.